So good day, everyone. Good day, good morning, wherever you're in the world. Welcome to another Excel session brought to you by UrBizEdge. So for today's section, we'll be taking today's topic of having social media sentiment analysis, which is brought to you by myself, Temidayo Omoniyi. So I'll first talk about our company, UrBizEdge. So UrBizEdge is a registered Microsoft Excel financial modeling, business intelligence, data analysis, and enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. We specialize in helping company and high-value professionals be on top of business data. Also, the developer of some Nigerian software for Excel, such as the Nigerian Finance Market Analysis tool, which can be found in Microsoft Office Store, and also the developer of Nigerian Stock Analysis Dashboard. As you all know, we're also a training company in Lagos, here in Lagos, Nigeria. We also have branches in Port Harcourt and Abuja. So this is our calendar for our upcoming training. So on the 18th of August, we'll be having business intelligence and dashboard using Microsoft Power BI. And as moving on to go into Power BI and other BI tools. On the 26th of August, we'll be having in-depth Excel training, executive dashboard, and business data analysis. On the 1st of September, we'll be having business intelligence and dashboard using Microsoft Power BI. So let's give a summary about myself, Temidayo. So I'm a Microsoft certified data analysis, which specializes in business intelligence, data analysis, and also data science with over 2-year combined experience. A Microsoft certified trainer with passion about sharing knowledge, helping and mentoring young data analysts. Yeah, I develop a custom solution using Microsoft Office. I enjoy creating educative content on your UrBizEdge YouTube channel and other platforms. You can also find me on Microsoft Forum using Microsoft Power Automate and Python. So stop sharing my screen. I will now start the presentation. So I will share my screen again. So just tell me if you can see my screen. So let me just in the chat box. If you can see my screen, just say yes. Just put yes in the chat box. And this session is also recorded, so I'll give everyone a session at the end of the session. You say my screen. Okay, yes, thank you, Prince. Okay, so today's topic, I'm doing sentiment analysis for Reddit. Most of you may ask, okay, what is Reddit? Reddit is actually a social media, just like Twitter, right? So initially, I wanted to do sentiment analysis for Twitter. I just thought about it that okay, there's so many sentiment analysis about Twitter, but there are other social media that we don't really use that much. Things like Reddit, things like Facebook. We rarely do sentiment analysis for that. So I decided, okay, let me just do something around Reddit. So most of you might not know, but Reddit is actually a very, very popular social media site. I actually use it a lot. I use it a lot. So I used a lot. It's more like discussion, right? So it's also a microblogging site also it's very, very popular in the United States. It's actually just like Twitter. So you can also get a lot of sentiment analysis from here. Reddit has over millions of users. So I just talk about Reddit a little bit. So this is just Reddit. So I'm going to do a sentiment analysis for today. So the first, I'll just talk about Reddit, right? So Reddit is actually a social news site where users can create and share content with millions of active users daily. The network contains over millions of rich data. So this is a social media that has millions of users. That means you can actually get lots and lots of rich data. So the first thing you need to do is creating a developer account. Like it's just the same way. If you want to script Twitter data using Twitter API, you have to create a Twitter developer account. You can use a Twitter. That's a Twitter library for Python. But for this one now, for Reddit, I'll be creating a developer account. So I'll just click on this. I'll send you guys the documentation for this. Right, I'll send you the documentation for this soon. So I have the documentation. Okay, yeah, this method. So I've done the documentation on GitHub. So I'll just copy the link and send it to you guys. So for some people to follow me as I'm doing it, it will be awesome. It will also be nice if you can follow me as I'm doing it. So I'll paste the link here. So you can just copy the FRK kit and do something awesome with it. So I'll come back to for the idea, I'll be using Jupyter Notebook, right? So if the first thing you want to do now is creating a developer account, right? So if you want to create a developer account, you have to go to this link. So in the documentation, everything is listed out here. So this is the link you have to come to first of all. All right. So the link is more like PRF. So I want to build a Reddit app. So I'll just copy this link also. I'll copy this link also. I'll paste it here. So that's how I'll be posting it here. So maybe down to follow along. I'll scroll down. You can see there's a place about are you a developer? Create an app. I'll click on create an app. Right. So the first step I need to do, I need to just write the name of the app. So I'll say your UrBizEdge sentiment, right? I can put a description and enter. So next thing I need to do, I need to click on script. You can see script over here, right? You need to use align script because of script says what? Script for personal, a personal project, right? So I'll to select script. So I'll select script over here, right? It's asking for the URL. So I have to put my local host. So let me just copy my local host from my Jupyter notebook. I don't start writing the local host from scratch again. So I'll copy the local host from my Jupyter notebook. I will. Which one should I use? Let's just copy this here. Let's copy the local host. You can paste it here, right? And you click on create. I've actually created the what do you call it now? I've created the account already. Sorry, just took like so I've created the account already, right? But because of its I have like 2 Reddit accounts. I don't want to like show you how I did it, but after you've done it, just click on create. That's all. So it's not create for you. You're going to have 2 kinds of key, right? You're going to have the secret key, and you're going to have the what? The personal key. So these are the 2 things you need. You can just put it in your notepad. You can just create a notepad, and you can say, okay, the first one is my secret key. A secret key, right? And you can also come sit here. The second one should be your personal. That's your user ID. So you say user ID. The user ID from here. You just copy this, and you paste it here, right? So I'll go back to my Reddit. Let me check. If you have any question, you can always ask a question in the chat box, right? So I'll go back to my Reddit, right? So the first step was to create my developer account, which we're already doing here. So I have 2 things now. I have my secret key. I also have my personal ID. So next thing I need to do, I'll go back to my code. And for some of you that just joined, I've already sent the link to the GitHub code. I've already written it down, so I'll just copy it again. I'll copy this. I'll paste it here again. For some of you that are just joining. So this is the GitHub people. So around it. Okay. I've actually explained everything step by step using a markdown. So I've told you, okay, the step 1 is what? This is step 1. You write the app name. The step 2 is your script. How to check it out. Okay, I'm creating a personal project. The step 3 is what? Creating what? A redirecting URL link. You click on create an app. So you have created an app. So the next thing to do now, you have to copy the personal your personal ID and also your secret ID. Actually, I brought this because of I actually have 2 accounts. This I'm using is actually my accounts. Actually, I'm a Reddit user, so I have another account I'm going to use. The next thing to do, I have to install the library called a Pro. So Pro stands for, so I click on the documentation to know more about Pro. Okay. So send you the document. So Pro stands for Python Reddit API wrapper, right? So you just get API to connect to Reddit API. So I'll copy this. I'll also send to the group chat also. So that's more information about Reddit API. So this is how the Pro works. You can see the installation stage here, right? It's just basically normal installation. You don't just do normal install. So you can install directly from the Jupyter notebook, or you can install from your command line. So I'll show you how to install from command line now. I'll say Anaconda, okay. Anaconda. Okay, so I'm actually using a virtual environment. So my virtual environment is called TensorFlow. So I'll say yes, activate TensorFlow Python. Because I'm using a virtual environment, so I'll run this. So I'll say pip install pro, right? I'll run this. It will install. I've actually installed it already, so it will just tell me that okay, it's actually working. So let me just try if it's working. So I'll just write Python, right? So let me test if it's actually working. I'll try and import from, right? So I'll import this, enter, and voila, you can see no error. If you notice here, error over here. So that means it's what's actually working. Okay, fine. So this just test. Actually, I created a virtual environment. So virtual environment, you create virtual environment in Python when you're working with most times I use virtual environment if I'm trying to install things like TensorFlow, things like PyTorch. It's like it has to do with like NLP or neural network. I use more of virtual environments to do that. Okay. So so I need to if you check out the documentation again, you will see that okay, step in configuration, right? And authentication. Let me check the configuration step. There's the configuration. So I'm trying to now this is the configuration step, right? So the configuration, this is how you create a section. It says what? I have to get my client ID, my client secret, my password, my request, and some other things that we need, right? So this is where the authentication piece comes in, right? This is how to create my authentication, right? So the next what I did was I've imported the library which is Pro, right? I've created a user agent. So my user agent, I created an app. This one is basically the app name. Ready Scraper, right? Ready Scraper 1 by if you look at this position, what username Kilojar. So that's actually my real account. Actually, I have a real account. So username Kilojar. This part is very, very important. This part here is very, very important. This particular part here is very important. So you have to put your username and you're like use stands for user, right? So username / Kilojar. So what I mean by that, if I go to actually have another browser called Brave. Check my Brave. You can see my account here. So this is my main Reddit account. I use Reddit a lot. So this is my main Reddit account. Yeah, right. So this is my main Reddit account. Kilojars. Okay. When you have done that, let me go back to the code. When you have done that, you have to now create I've created my user agent, right? So the next time you have to now create like a body that wraps in all the information, right? So the first time I want to wrap the client ID. So I'll be using my own personal account. I don't want to use the old what do you call it now? The old account I created. Let me use the new one I created. So you see how it works. So the first thing I'll copy this, right? The secret key. I'll copy the secret key. That's my secret key. That's secret client secret. I'll copy the personal ID. I don't stop the camera, so you guys I don't like people knowing my personal. So I'll just use this one, right? Okay, so I have to change the username. Kido just to the username of this one over here. So what's the username of this one? This other one I'm using. Okay, can I get the username? Okay, let me just write it down because it looks I know this one. Okay, so I'll just write the username out. So it is / choice choice 5036, right? So just copy this. I'll go back to my code and I will paste it here. Okay, so I need to just run this now. Run it. So the shortcut for running is shift enter. So shift enter is like a shortcut for running. Shift enter. Why are you coming here to click on run? So after import some important library like pandas and numpy. So pandas is used for data manipulation, right? Numpy is for numerical analysis, right? And also have the regular expression, that's reg. So I'll just shift enter again. Okay, so now the topic I'm looking for, I want to get a topic called Bitcoin, right? So I'm looking for is called Bitcoin. This is topic Bitcoin. So it's called a subreddit. For some of you that use Reddit a lot, right? If I come to here and if I search on, let me just go to the home page first of all. I search for topics. So the topic, a group in Reddit is called a subreddit. So this is just the Reddit environment itself. So when you go to like a group, like a channel, it's called a subreddit. So let's search for topic I'm looking for today is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin. You can see the community of Bitcoin here, right? So this is the old interface, right? So this is a community called Bitcoin. Okay, so you can see the first one calls was it says Bitcoin newcomer frequency ask question. Please read. Okay, So I'll run this now. Shift enter. It might take a little bit of time, but it's going to run. Okay, yeah. Okay, voila, it worked. So you can see what I actually brought out here. I brought out um the subreddits. So you can see now, I created like a for loop to just loop in between everything. So I said for summation in Reddit subreddits. Subreddit is like another Reddit, like is a subgroup inside of Reddit itself. The subreddit I'm looking for is called Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin, which I showed you the other time. This is the group called Bitcoin, right? Okay, so I'm saying like print the title. So that's the subreddit title. You can see the title here. It shows what Bitcoin newcomer frequency add question. Please read. If you come here, the first one that came out from here is what Bitcoin newcomer frequency ask question. Read, right? I come here. You can see that the next one showing me what it showing me the ID. So that's the channel ID. That's the subreddit ID. I can also see the author. The author is like the person that created that particular topic. Is what Bitcoin fan 7. Okay. The created date tells you when the date started. So it's giving the actual date. The next one is score. So that's the average score is at 50, right? Oh, sorry. The upvote. So they call it upvote in Reddit. Like it's just like saying your like and dislike, right? So thumbs up and thumbs down. So they call it upvote, downvote. If you come to this Reddit now, right, you can see there's an upvote, there's a downvote, upvote, downvote. So that's like a like and dislike. So that's how that's actually works. You have your URL. So URL, if I click this, just gives me where the thing and where the URL to the Bitcoin. If I click here now, you see that it will take me here. Let's see. It will take to the subreddit itself. So that's how that works, right? So this is the subreddit itself. Bitcoin newcomer, yeah, awesome. You can also recently trending in the United States, right? So if I change to let's say politics. I know Donald Trump have having some recent issue with the whole FBI stuff. So let's see if it works. Let's see. Politics. Okay. So let's search for politics also. In my Reddit channel. I'll leave Bitcoin, I'll search for politics. I'll just let you see how it actually works. Let me go to communities. Yeah, politics community. Yeah, this has lots of users. It's loading. Okay. Okay, now since I was talking about discussion, okay, discussion trend 2022 Hawaii primary election. Let's check it over here. Okay, awesome. You can see now discussion trend 2022 Hawaii primary election. It's giving us everything we need, right? The next thing I need to do now, I need to like know okay the amount of comments that are there. So I'll create an account. Let me now know the total comment in the subreddit itself. So I created another function. If I just press shift enter, this might take a little bit of time to run. So let me just check the comment section. Any questions so far, guys? Okay, no question. I assume everyone is getting it. Cool. So it's going to take a little bit of time to run. So if you're just joining for the idea was I was do sentiment analysis around Twitter. But I also talk about why am I doing something around Twitter? Because Twitter is very popular. Everyone uses Twitter. Let's try another API. Right. So I was doing something around Reddit API. Now it's telling me that I have a total number of what 750 comments, right? So the next thing I have to create I have to do a data frame to wrap it around my data frame using the pandas data framework, right? So Control Shift Enter. I can see the data frame here. And next, now to save it as a CSV file, I created a function called to save it as a CSV file. Let me just change it to politics, right? Politics. I'll press Control Shift Enter. So let me check the document if that's saved properly. Where's my Reddit? Reddit. Yes, you can see politics here, right? Oh, check it. You can see these are all the data now. I saved it as a CSV, but you can put that in your Excel or your Sublime Text. Any CSV reader you prefer using. But most time for CSV, I prefer using Sublime Text. I'm not sure that these are all the data I have gotten here, right? I saw the data. I have how many rows? I have total number of 750 rows. So if I scroll down to 750, 750, yeah, plus it took the what do you call it, the title header also. So that's 751. Okay, so you can see these are all the data here, right? Then go back to my code. So next now to do, right, I want to read back the data. So I'll rename it as Reddit TF, right? So I'll read back the data over here. I also getting to drop here. I need to drop. Okay, yeah, I need to drop here. So I'll just run this and drop it. If I didn't do this, yeah, if I've commented this, what I did was if I run it like this, you can see now I have a new column here. Okay, to red. I have a new column here, right? Called what? Unnamed, which is like I've already written all the code already before. I think I did it last night, so I don't like have any issues. So you can see you can see the data, right? I have a new column which I don't need, so I'll just drop it. So I'll use the drop function and I'll use an in place true, right? So I'll just run this and it has dropped that, right? So the next thing I want to look at all the column header. You can see the column. I have only one column, which is what the index, and the index is what 0. That's the index, yeah, the first one. The first column, column A. In Excel, column A, column B. So just your first column, right? So how do we change that column name to title? Because I don't like the way it's showing column 0. I'll just put the new variable, right, which is Reddit underscore df. Reddit underscore df dot columns must be equals to what title. So I'm trying to change the column header. I'll run this. I'll also run this. And you can see, right? I've changed the column header to what Reddit underscore df dot edge. It's giving me what now. It's actually changing column header to what title. The next thing I'm trying to do some little bit of data cleaning. And one of the things I want to check if there's any duplicates, right? So this one thing I have to check is for duplicates. So I'll just run this. It's telling me 0. 0 means there's no duplicate. That's one of the things I have to check. So there's no duplicate at the moment. If I scroll down again, one of the things about data cleaning, right? So one thing I want to do now to do some data cleaning. When you talk about data cleaning, right? Data cleaning. So one of the things about data cleaning, one of the things you have to do is remove duplicate. That's if there's any duplicates, if any. So but I've already checked for duplicates, right? When I checked if it was duplicate, it was giving me no. 0. 0 means no duplicates. I don't have any duplicate. Another thing I have to do, I have to remove things like hyperlink. So removing hyperlink. So I want to remove things like hyperlinks, and other emojis and other things like I don't need, like RT, like retweets, RT, things like arts, things like all those like Unicode, like you call it Unicode most of the time. Things like Unicode that I don't need, right? I don't need. So I have to remove all of that. So things like Unicode which I don't need, things like hyperlink, things like emojis, things like just anything that might just affect the prediction algorithm, affect the prediction model. Emoji that I don't need. So those are things I need to do. I have to remove things like emoji. So what I'll do now, I created a function, right? You can see this function here. What it means is that I'm going to substitute every art. So I said every art, because I can't start writing this code because this is just a 1 hour presentation, so I can't start writing. But that's why I've given you guys the GitHub my GitHub link. So you guys can also create a repo around it. Just put something amazing. Like you can also use this for Twitter also. If you have your Twitter data, you can use it to Twitter also. Okay, so you can see that I have the both things like arts, both things like hashtag, things like RT, things like hyperlinks. That's the HTTP secure. That's it. So what I did was that if it has things like arts after a alphabet or number, replace it with what blank. So double quote with an empty. You know when you do something like this in Excel or any I use Excel as reference because most time we do a lot of Excel. If I do something like this, it means what? I'm trying to write a text, right? If I say something like this, I say, okay, Temi. It's only where I press enter, it's giving like, if I say equals to, so if I say equals to now, let's say for instance, I say equals to double quote Temi in Excel. When I press enter, it's going to give me Temi. This is a text, right? So if I put that double quote, double apostrophe, right? If I put apostrophe empty, blank, it means just a blank space. That would actually did the same thing. I also replace everything that has at in it with blank, replace everything that has the hashtag with blank, replace everything that has the RT. Sorry, RT stands for retweet with blank, replace everything that has HTTPS, that's like an hyperlink with blank, replace everything that has the ratio sign with blank, right? So I'll now run, it's actually a function. I'll run this. Right, so I've done run this. I also do the same also too for the Unicode. So Unicodes are things like emoji, things like things like anything like things like flag, things like characters. They might see iPhones and the rest. So I just created another function around this also. I'll run this. Voila. So next now to get the subjectivity and also the polarity. Should we or should we of Reddit? Let's just change Reddit. of title. What's it of title? Title. So this was written in Markdown. If you guys are used to Markdown, if you guys write for developers like Ashnode and Dev2, you know you use a lot of Markdown when you're writing. Okay, so I was talking about getting and also the when you talk about sentiment analysis, it's basically the process of determining the attitude or emotion of the writer, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral, right? So you have to know if someone is talking about a particular topic or a particular trend, is it a positive statement? Is it neutral? Is it a negative statement? So the two things I'm looking for the polarity and also the subjectivity. So basically, polarity refers to the strength of an opinion. It could be a positive or negative. If something has a strong feeling, if something has a strong feeling or emotion associated with it, such as administration, trust, love, this will indeed have a certain orientation towards all the aspects of an object's existence, right? Subjectivity refers to the degree to which a person is personally involved in an object, right? What matters the most here is the personal connection of an individual to an experience with the object, which may or may not differ from a person's else point of view. So this is just basically what subjectivity and polarity talks about. So for this, I'll be using a text box. For when you talk about things like sentiment analysis, you can build neural network, but because of time, because when you start running neural network, it might take the whole time. And I don't want to start building neural networks using TensorFlow or other ones. But I actually have an article with articles on how I did it using for tweets, using TensorFlow and other things. Okay, but for this one now, right? I'm using text box to get the subjectivity and also get the polarity, right? So this function, I say, okay, from text box, import text box. And I'll say, okay, from word cloud, import word cloud, and also stop word. So stop words, I'll tell what stop word means, right? So stop words are things like so, is, I, all those things that are not really necessary when I do things like word clouds. So I've created a function to get the subjectivity and also get the word polarity. So what I did, what I've gotten is I will now add a new column. So I'm going to having 3 columns now. I run this, right? So you can see now. Let me just run. Let me get the top 15. Just say get the top 15. It's dates, right? It's dates. I'll run this. I'll put 50 inside here. Run this, right? You can see the scores here, right? So what I did was, you can see this here, right? Look at it very well. I have the top 50 here, right? So you can see everything, the subjectivity and the polarity down to like I did like top 50. So now to do now, I'm trying to create a function. I'm trying to like group it now to different categories. So the idea of the group now is if anything is less than 0, I want you to give me what? Negative, right? Negative. If anything is equals to 0, I want you to give me what? Give me what? Neutral. Neutral, right? If anything, so else is not like a logical statement, an if statement. So is else if, and the rest. If it is greater than 0, right? Give me what? Positive. Positive. So for this one, I'll be using the word, I'll be using the polarity to do this, right? So I'm using the polarity to do what that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm based on the polarity scores, right? If anything, so if from the polarity score, if it is less than 0, make it negative. If it is equals to neutral. If it's greater than 0, make it what? Positive. So I'll run this. And you can see, voila. Now I'm having all the data, right? Like you can see I'm having what? Both neutral, positive, negative, and some other information. You can see that this one I said, okay, do you want to support Bitcoin adoption? Blah blah blah. Okay. Oh. So I think I made a mistake. It was meant to be politics. I got the data. Oh. Yeah, politics. Oh yeah. Yeah. This was where the mistake came from. I still imported the Reddit data. Sorry. Let me just run it again. I just noticed that it's not meant to be crypto. It's meant to be politics. Sorry about that. I'll just clean this, pause run this, run this. So I'm having a hand. So I should not have anything else to do with. So wow. Coming. Was it crypto data I got or politics data? Interesting. Let's try and debug it first. I should be having. Oh. Okay. Politics here, right? Oh, this is where the issue came from. I did politics here. I did Bitcoin here. I just knew that something was wrong somewhere. Okay, so sorry, but I'll do it again. All this is still working perfectly well. I was trying to debug it. Okay, yeah. So this should give me politics. Yep. And this should be politics now. It should be more than 7 something. Show me 7 something. So let's wait to take time because it's doing it all over again. So I did the first one Bitcoin and I did the other one politics. So sorry about that. So as this one is run, let me just check. Is there any question in the group? Yeah. I said you get it inside. It's inside my. Okay, first one is asking for the Jupyter notebook file. If you come to my GitHub here, right? You can see I do the just copy this, right? I'll copy this. I'll paste it again to the group. Okay. So what it means that when you go to when you click there, it's still running because it's actually a lot, so it's running. It might take time, but when you click there, right? What I'm actually expecting you to do is when you are at this part, this is you can see this is the PBIX file. This is the Jupyter notebook file. If I click here, it's actually the same code I'm running. This is it here. If I just come here, you can fork it. It's called FORK. FORK means you are copying, right? You can fork it. I don't know why it is. Why is Jupyter? Why is GitHub? What's written? Okay. So you can just copy. This is the code. This is the entire code right here. You can see, right? This is the entire code right there. And that's it. And you can just forking, they call forking in FORK, sorry, FORK. They call forking to fork repo. Repo means forking means you copy the repo. So when you just come here, when you go to the, just click on this button over here. You can see this button here. It's called FORK. So FORK means you're just copying it into your GitHub. Or if you don't want to fork, you can always come here and download it directly from this side over here. You can download it from over here. Anyone you prefer. And so when you come here, please give it a star. Please just give me a star, please. Okay, so that's what I'm trying. And also, if you come here, I also added a read file to just explain all the entire step better. So just gave you, I just explained all the steps better for you to understand it better, right? Okay, now voila, it has finished finally. And this here, you can see this one I showed me was 668, right? So I'll run this. Now it's different now. So I can see abortion is illegal in Illinois and everything. So this one should be politics. I will name it as politics 2. Politics 2. Run this. What is called? I'll name it as also politics 2. Run this. Cool. So run this. Okay, yeah. So general different. Can see Trump has had a lot of issue, right? So okay, I was run all of this again. So the subjectivity. I'm using text box to get subjectivity and polarity, right? Run this again. Run this. So I have the positive and also negative and the neutral. You can see now. You can see the top. Let's just do like first three. You can say okay. Defendant fan defend Trump. Okay, now since I said okay, Trump defenders. It's more. This one is giving more positive. Abortion is illegal in Illinois. This one is positive. Trump suspected of violating espionage acts because they said they found some document that has to do with national security or something. It's neutral positive. Let's look for any negative. Non-negative. Okay, yeah, I can see negative, right? Okay, cool. I think Chen is actually is one of the speakers in US Congress or something. Slam signaling GOP, that's GOP attack of the FBI. And this guy is a Republican or something. I'm actually into American politics. I watch a lot of politics. It's worry people all the time. How Trump, yeah, just more of like if you check it, let's look for the data. So it's meant to be politics too. Let me click on it. So okay. So this is the entire data you can see here, right? Court rejected Democrat appeal to keep. So now, what I've done, I've already gotten all the data from Reddit. Everyone that's talking about politics in Reddit subreddits, I've scraped all the data. I've actually done the sentiment analysis using TextBob to the sentiment analysis. So this is all. So this time to how create like a visualization for this. I'll use the word cloud. So I'll just install the necessary library like Seaborn, import it for like one if it's not doing well. Okay, I think I've imported stop word before. Matplotlib is also for visualization. Also the style which I want. So the first one, I'll just run this. Right. Okay. So this is a politics system. I'll change to politics sentiment. Yeah, politics sentiment score. The sentiment is called figure. The color code. So I'm using bar. So bar means like a bar. That's a column. So there's bar and H. So bar. Normal bar stands for vertical. That's vertical visualization. That's a column chart. While bar with an H stands for vertical, horizontal. You get, so that's like a bar chart. Okay, now so you can see this is a column chart, right? You can see that most of the scores here have more neutral scores, followed by more positive than negative, right? So most people are actually more neutral. They're undecided, right? So they're either here or there. They're not really oh, this is what we want. So they're just like neutral, okay? Don't care, just like more of like a neutral statement. Also have the positive, right? So positive, okay, it's more like, oh, they're supporting Trump, whatever he's doing, support. I also have what the negative. So negative, just like, no, they're against this. So it's like more like a very, very low subjectivity. That is like it's negative. The next, how to get the word cloud. So word cloud is like how to know, okay, in that subreddit, what are the keywords? What are the most talked about keywords? What are the most trending keywords from there? Right? So that's like the word cloud I want to get next. So if I run this, you can see cool, right? So this one starts on stop words. So stop words just, I'm going to stop some certain kinds of words I don't want to appear. Things like in, like yes, no, like all those kind of things like up. They don't really, it's not really like, it doesn't really make more, it doesn't really give more meaning. If I'm like, if I'm writing a sentence and A comes out the most, I'm trying to do like a word cloud and I'm seeing A having more intensity. What I mean by intensity means that the amount of times it appears, right? If A has a higher intensity, then it's going to appear more. So and A doesn't really give any, like, it doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't give much information. It doesn't give too much information. So that's the whole idea behind it. So if I run this now, right? So you don't take a little bit of time, it's going to come out, okay? So you can see, right? If you look at the word cloud now, you can see what's coming out the most. You can see that the word that came out the most was Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is like, because of Donald Trump has been in the news recently because of the whole document he had that he kept from the government recently. The whole pages of secret document that was meant to drop when he was leaving office that he didn't drop, and the FBI. I can see that FBI is also training because FBI has been the one like they I think they checked his house. His house is one of his resorts, and I think it's Florida. I'm not really sure. One of his golf houses, and also you can see Democrats, which is also a political party in the United States. You can see um report, House of Representative investigation, because they are basically investigating Trump. You can see documents, because of the found some documents. DOJ, Department of Justice, have actually sued Donald Trump. As so another thing, I can see, okay, you can see Biden, Joe Biden. You can see Republican, that's Donald Trump party. Search, that's the search warrant. So like just different things. So just basically, I'm just trying to like get, okay, what are people talking about from this politics Reddit. You can see that the most talked about topic from here is what Donald Trump, because of the whole mess that's been happening recently. So the most talked about is Donald Trump, followed by I think FBI. Yeah, because there was actually the FBI that went to raid. Yeah, they went to raid his apartment. Is one of his golf course, and so that's it. That's it. So for some of you that might be interested, there's the link. So you can also copy the repo, work with it. And also, if most of you are asking, oh, you have to learn how to do sentiment analysis for Twitter. Okay, so I have another one I'll give you guys for free also. I wrote a article for Artbit recently, which just got published. So I talked about web scraping and sentiment analysis using tweets. So some of you that might not have the Twitter developer account, takes a little bit of time to develop, right? So you can also go to Artbit. I talked about using tweets. So tweet is actually a more like, it's a library that helps you get script tweets without you needing developer account, or you need to have a Twitter API. It's actually very free and it's actually very fast. So I wrote a documentation on how you can go about it. I explained everything step by step. How twins work. I see how twins work, right? Let me just show you. Just this was a small video. Twins. I can scrape some information. You can see I'll scrape some. I said I'm looking for PowerBI data. That's you just get different information from this. Like it just gives you data real time. So that's one of the cool thing about twins. I'll copy the link here and I'll send to you guys. So this is just the documentation about it, and I'll also give you the GitHub code if you are also interested in it. Okay, drop the link to the blog. Okay, this is the blog. So for some of you that are interested in building sentiment analysis without you needing to, because I know that I've actually done a lot with you can get Twitter data using Twint, you can get using Essence Script, you can also get using the Twitter developer account. But most people they tend to shy away from Twitter developer account because it takes time to get it. I think you have to be writing, okay, they ask you, okay, what is your reason? Why do you need why do you need the data? Give us 1 or 3 reasons why you need the data. They'll keep asking you questions, but if you are patient enough, definitely you get the data, you get the account. Because I actually have the Twitter developer account. There's one I was meant to I've submitted it. They've not published it yet. So when they publish it, I'll also give you the link to the GitHub. So I have a GitHub around it. Yeah. So this is it here. So the 20 so for the twin sentiment analysis, I've actually explained everything, all the libraries you need, and also have the code here. So I'll send you guys all of this. I have the code here. It's going to load. It's actually a lot. So it's going to take a little bit of time to load. So for some of you, I want to like build something amazing. And funny enough, this is what people do. In if you want to build you want to know, okay, let's say for instance now, what has been trending lately in Nigeria right now? What has been trending in Nigeria? Let me check what has been. Okay, let's take for example Manchester United now. Myself. So you want to like do a sentiment analysis. Don't laugh in the comment, please. You want to do a sentiment analysis around Manchester United, right? Just use tweet Manchester United. Get tweet, and tweet is very nice. It actually, I think it has a band of 7 days in between. Yeah, it has a band between 7 days in between. You can get tweet for up to 7 days. It scripts as much as possible. You can get the tweet, the location, the time, I think you can also one thing I like one thing I know that Twitter API is actually better than Reddit is that for Twitter API it also gives you things like you can also get the device the person is using. Things like, okay, this is an Android phone to tweet, is this an iPhone to tweet, is it a web to tweet? You can get the location, you can get you can get so many things, like so many things. You can just do like beautiful sentiment. You can also get the number of users the person have, number of retweets, like so many things. So this one I actually did a documentation around building a sentiment analysis using tweets for Twitter. So it's actually long. So these are all the things I did around it. I did data cleaning, subjectivity. So I can see this is sentiment. This is okay. This one I showing top fans. Top fans talks about, okay, I mean the amount of time they tweeted about a thing. This is the dates. Okay, you can see the individual dates. Okay, when was the tweet the highest the most? And just all. Okay, let me just give you guys a link for some of you that might be interested in it actually. I want to build something around twins. Well, that twins and just to install the library might just be okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see now. Any question? Let me check. So I'm done for today. I'm actually done. So we're having another section by 6, which is Power BI. So let me check. Let me check the comment section below. So I'll stop sharing my screen. If you have any question, you can raise your hands up, and I can make you a speaker. So the reason why we didn't make everyone speaker because of security reasons. Some they tend to last time we did someone tend to hijack the section itself. Please can you share the okay, I've sent the link. Please, yeah, the recording will be made available. So I will send the link to the recording. So go to our YouTube channel. Just give me a second. I'll place the YouTube channel. Just a second. Yeah, the recording will be made available. So all recording for this session will be made available on our YouTube. Where's the YouTube? I want to go to YouTube. Yeah. Okay. I'm putting now in the chat now. All recording will be made available on our YouTube channel. So I'll put it, okay. So that's cool. Let me check. I'm still checking the yeah, the recording will be made available. Share the article link. I've shared that. That's Triumph. I've shared the article link. Drop the link to the blog. I've also dropped the link to the blog. Also, what's some learning? Okay. Oh, thank you, Prince. Zion. I think is that Zion from Twitter? I'm still learning. I'm a big brother yet, so please. Okay, yeah, okay. So Miriam, okay. Miriam, are you still here? Okay, I can see Miriam. Let me make you. Can I make you? Let me make you a speaker, Miriam. So for that, where's Miriam? She's still there. Okay, yeah, I see Miriam. So Miriam, I'll make you a speaker now, so you can speak right about now. So Miriam can speak. So Miriam, try unmuting yourself. Hello, Miriam. The Triumph also has okay. Try just one at a time. So Miriam. Hello, Miriam. Okay. I think Miriam doesn't want to speak. When I said that I once tried to apply for a developer account and was later approved. Okay, now I need it. Do I need to apply for no now that I okay. You say it was approved. So okay, the thing about developer account, right? You need two things for developer account. You need the so you need I think you need you basically need two things. So let me just open let me show you. Okay, when you talk about developer accounts, let me share my screen again. Just give me a second, right? So when you talk about developer accounts, let me just search for it here. Okay. What's the name again? Okay. So when you talk about developer accounts, right? There are some things you need for developer account. Let's just load up. So I know that you need it. You need three things basically because you need the barrier token, you need the client token and some other things. So I should explain how you can create a developer account from here. So let me just okay, yeah, these are things you need. You need the access key, you need the API secret key, you need the access token, you need the access token secret, and also they'll also give you a barrier key. So most times I was working on a project that it needed me to like scrape data real time for a startup company. It was actually a data engineering project. So they didn't need any of this. The data they needed was a barrier key. So I had to since I had my developer account, I could use my barrier key. So for Miriam now, she said that you once applied, you got it, right? You don't need to apply again since if you applied the right way, you'll be able to generate the barrier key, you're able to generate the access token key and all the old secret keys you need, right? So that's one of the ways you might use. For Zion now, so Zion says let me just stop sharing my screen. I can see Trump as so let me just read the comment section, please. But I'll make a speaker right about now. So Triumph, make a presenter. Okay, so Triumph, you can unmute yourself and speak. Hi, Triumph.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So I wanted to ask, like, after doing this word cloud stuff, this visualization on the sentiment analysis part, supposing you're working on a different project that you want to do like a prediction, probably like it was an election project you're working on now. So you have done sentiment analysis around Donald Trump and whoever is competing with at that period of time. Can you also do like a prediction part to it and how you approach it to see like who's something like that?
Okay, prediction is actually that one now you need more of NLP. Because of time, I didn't do NLP, so they call it a natural programming processing language, right? So now you have to do more of neural network around it. So you can really you can go online. It's possible, but now I don't want to because of time. This session is actually just 1 hour. I have less than 5 minutes more to get ready for the next session. But Trump, yes, you're very correct. You can do a prediction around this, but now you have to start building a neural network. Because like if you see this other one I did now, there's one I also did again. This one I use a different. I didn't use text box this time. I used what they call transformer. transformer. Transformer is more like it's actually a neural network. It's more they call it pre-trained model. So if you use things like Keras, Keras has its own pre-trained model. Like, because I remember I did a project with Keras then, like my first journal. I used mobile nets. You can use different nets, like this mobile net. There's different pre-trained model. But the reason I use mobile net then because it was a light version. I can use it on mobile phones and everything. So you can also build a neural network around it. But it's possible. Just I can't start because of time, but it's very very possible. Trump, you're very very right. It's very possible. It's very possible. But I think you have to take some keywords and do like more like tokenization and just break it down to different sections, and you can also build a prediction model around it. I've done something around it before, but it's for a project. I can't review that. That one is for a project. It's not my own personal use. I did for someone. It's more like a client work. But you can go online and search on predictive model using text analysis. Just type of predictive model using text analysis. You get it online. So I was able to answer the question. Yeah, thank you. But I'm very, very sorry I couldn't answer that at that time, but at this time, because I've done it before, but it was for a client. It wasn't my personal work. Like you won't find it on my GitHub because it was someone else. Which person is up again? I can see Michael. Okay. Make a presenter. So Michael, you can speak. Hello, Michael, you can meet yourself. Hi, Michael. Oh, yes, that is going on. Okay. Do you need? Okay. No, you should have unnecessary care at the time. Yeah. Thank you, Zan. You should have got You have got if you created the account, you would have gotten unnecessary key. That's I know that you might need to generate his I think it's barrier token or so. But when you create your developer account, when you're done, you've got they've approved it and everything, you get unnecessary key. Because I mean, even in the developer account, you have to be like I think it took me like 2 days then when I did it in the school first of all. But that was when I was in university. It's in the same day. But later on, due to the update and everything, right? So I had like 2 Twitter accounts. So the one I use presently right now, right? So I had to update it again. I think it took me like 2 days because of all the old policies and the ask, okay, why did you need it? Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I also copied it inside my Google Drive. So just to save. That's nice. That's nice. Because me, I can't keep it somewhere that I don't know. I just copy inside my Google Drive. Okay, yeah. It's the key you will use. Miriam, you will use the key. Yes. For LinkedIn, you can LinkedIn, you can request for your LinkedIn. You can request for your LinkedIn data. Yeah. Let me just show you one. So there's this guy I used. He's a very popular guy. I love his. I actually learned Power BI through him. I'll share my screen with you guys. So I can also recommend him. So he has a project he did on LinkedIn. So that's one of the first projects I did then on LinkedIn data. So I can show you guys LinkedIn. So let's say LinkedIn analytics with Power BI. Yeah. It's actually like my mentor. Yeah. So his name is Camille something. I think it's from Scotland, right? He's a consultant also. So I'll just copy this. So for LinkedIn, you don't need to scrape. You can request for your LinkedIn data. So you can request for LinkedIn data. Oh, okay, Mary, no problem. So you can watch that video. I just sent you a link to a video. You can watch that video. It will also show you the different steps. You just request for your LinkedIn data. It's not something hard. So you don't need to scrape your LinkedIn data. You can request just like saying I want to do an analysis for my WhatsApp group. You can request for your data. Okay, I'm in a noisy place. Okay. Zion, next time, please don't share your token like that. It's not good, please. Because of that can just forget about it. Yeah, I have a question. If the developer account is dormant, will it kill the book? Okay, now I like that question, Zion. Okay, that's one of the reasons why I told you that I once had when I was in university, right? When I was in university, I actually had that developer account, which I did. It was working when I was in school, but for a long time, when I didn't use it for a long time. So when I tried using, I have 2 Twitter accounts. I have one I use for my personal bots and projects, and I have one that everyone knows me with, right? So that one I use for my personal bot and projects. That was my main Twitter account then. So that one I had a developer account on it when I was in school, but for some reason I didn't use it for a long time. When I now tried doing it again, it wasn't working. I don't know. Maybe you can read about the documentation. I won't say that that's the reason why it didn't work, because I did it for a long time, but it didn't work for some time. So I had to now later create another new developer account, my current Twitter account. You get. So I can't say that for sure. Maybe you can read about it on my Twitter APM documentation. Let me just send you the documentation link. I know that Twitter have a very, very good documentation. They have they have like one of the best documentation ever for the developer accounts. So we'll show you the link for the so you guys can read more about that documentation. Twitter dev account. About that, I won't tell you what I'm not really sure about. So for that one, I can't really say for sure. So you can just go to the just go on the documentation, read about it. Read about it. I'm not really sure about that. Just go to Twitter documentation. Okay. Okay. Okay, so no question. Tao, thank you. So Tao, yeah, just go to check that guy. I actually used this video. That was like 3 years ago. Well, I think I was doing my NYC then when because I started from a data science background, right? So I did my research. I just did a data analytical research in Nigeria. I found out that, oh man, if I was going to go into data science in Nigeria, it would take me a long time. I'm just switching to analytics and data engineering. So that's been cool so far. But I think now the data world now, you have to know power platforms and the rest. Okay, so any question, any question? As no I'm waiting for questions. I will show you the next session. We're going to have another section um by 6 p.m. I'll show you again the link to our YouTube channel. So if you want to download this video, the recording of this session will be made available on our YouTube channel. The recording of this session will be made available on our YouTube channel. So all recording will be made available here. So the recording should be available. So you guys can always download the recording because this session is being recorded. Another thing again is let me just give me a minute. Let me just show you this. The next session will be having, which is by 6 p.m. It's going to be on PowerBI. We're having a very, very special guest. I'll show you the direct link. PowerBI. Just a minute. Okay. Actually loading the page. Sorry about that. Okay. So we're having a session called a comprehensive report using bookmark, field parameter and DAX. So some of you are interested in DAX, data analytics expression, and field parameter. That's the switch between visuals and everything. Let me just share my screen with you guys. So we're almost done. We're almost done. Just less than 1 minute, these guys. So you can see my screen, right? So this is our next session by 6 p.m. That's less than an hour from now. So we have a comprehensive report using bookmark, field parameter, and DAX by Vijay, right? So we're taking us on how to use a comprehensive dashboard using bookmark, field parameter, and also DAX. So I'll share you guys the link to this session. For some of you that might be interested in joining us, it's going to be starting by 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Okay. It's trying to join. It's going to be very, very educative. Yeah, it's going to thanks Ochicha. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. So the guy's actually a very popular person on LinkedIn. So it's very, very popular. So you guys can also follow me on Twitter at Kido Jazz and follow me on LinkedIn. Temidayo. Okay, so that's my Twitter ID. Let me just send you my LinkedIn for some of you that might to ask me a question after this. Thank you guys. Thank you. Well, actually done already. So we're done. So you guys, you can see that you don't you can do sentiment analysis. Not even necessary. It's not necessary to only on Twitter all the time. You can do it on Reddit. I was actually going to do it on Twitter. I thought about it. Now let's do it on Reddit. Or you can there are different APIs can always work with. There are different social media APIs can always work with and do something amazing for your personal projects and the rest. Right? So that's all. That's all. So I'll stop recording right about now. So you can just thank you, Miriam. Thank you very much. Try to share my LinkedIn. Just search for Temidayo. I don't know why my network is not coming. Just search for Temidayo Omoniyi. on LinkedIn. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you guys. Let me stop recording.